what is it, Thursday? Oh my gosh, is it Thursday already? Happy Thursday, guys. All right, so today, first off, I wanted to show you guys my stock. Come over here, look at my stock. There's the smoked ham stock. You guys, it's incredible. I promise you, I'm going to be making this again soon, and I'm going to film it. I'm aiming for next week. I've got my son coming up this weekend to spend the weekend with us, so I'm not going to be able to get it done this weekend, but I promise you guys, I'm going to make that video so that you guys can make your own smoked ham stock. Oh, it's incredible. I know a couple of people asked me if I tasted it. Guys, always taste your stock, especially stock when you make it. But taste anything. Before you put anything in a jar, taste it, unless you're canning like green beans or something raw, like carrots or something like that. If you're making a stock or a soup or a chili or something like that, always taste it before you put it in your jar, because if it doesn't taste good going in the jar, it's not going to taste good coming out of the jar. So always taste your stuff before you can it. Make sure it tastes the right way. So I did not want to film that before I had a chance to try it. So now that I've got the flavor down and it's good, it's what did you guys start calling it? Liquid love. I love that, liquid love. So I'm gonna aim for next week to make that video for you so you guys can can up your own ham stock. All right, so today's video, I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll with the videos lately. I gotta go and take you in my bedroom and change your battery because you're flashing at me. But I'm gonna answer one of the big questions that I always get, which is, Heather, do you still use your planners? So and if so, are you still using the Filofax and the Chic Sparrow? I've done planner videos many moons ago, and I love those planners, don't get me wrong. But I found something that I have been using. I started last year, and I absolutely love it. Actually, I started the year before, but then I found a new planner last year. I tested it out. It's incredible. So I just got my new one for the year. There's a sneak peek. So I'm gonna take you into my bedroom just because that's where it's quiet, and I'm gonna show you because I just got it, and so before I start writing all my personal stuff in it, I'm gonna show you what it is, why I love it, and this has replaced my Filofax and my Chic Sparrows. So instead of having like 2 or 3 planners that I'm writing in, I had a homeschool planner, then I had a personal planner, and then I had a planner that I used to use as a wallet. I don't use any of that anymore. Now it's one planner. I write everything down, and what I love about this, it also has an area for my workouts. So all right, let's go in the bedroom, let's change your battery, and I'll show you my planner. All right, guys, so we're just gonna do this in the bedroom because the lighting's good in here and it's quiet. So you won't hear the kids yelling and screaming or singing or anything like that. All right, so this is my new favorite planner. Like I mentioned, I used it all last year and I just fell in love with it. It has a place for everything that I need. So I put all of my personal things in here. I put all of it, you know, Eric goes to high school, public high school. I put his schedule in here. I can keep track of his attendance in here, as well as the 2 kids that I have at home that I homeschool. I have a 2nd grader, and I also have one that's in kindergarten. So I'm able to meal plan with this planner, and also keep track of my husband's schedule because he travels a lot for work. In fact, he was just out of town for 2 days. He just got back last night. So I can keep track of his schedule as well in here. There is a place for everything. It's also a beautiful planner, but it's written out beautifully. So this is called The Well-Planned Day, and it is by Rebecca Ferris, and it is a family homeschool planner. So originally when I bought this, I thought I would only use it for homeschooling. I had no idea how in-depth this planner was, and that I could use it for everything. So I have retired all of my other planners, guys. This is all I use. I write everything in here, and I take this with me if I go to a doctor's appointment or anything like that. Anything at school, I take this everywhere with me. 4-H, I can keep everything in here. So let me give you a sneak peek, and especially for you homeschool mamas out there, this actually might really work for you, and that's why I'm making this just in case somebody out there is looking for a really good plan. All right, so let's dive in this book. Sorry guys, the train is driving by and it blows its horn pretty loudly, so I've been waiting for it to pass. All right, so in the front of the book, and excuse my hands, I'm going to apologize right off the bat. I am a canner and now I'm a gardener, so I'm rough on my hands, so excuse their ugliness. All right, so in the beginning, there are more items from A Well-Planned Gal. Anything here that you might be interested in that might help you out. The very first page is this book belongs to, where you can fill it out. I usually fill that out with our school name. And then it takes you right into developing a healthy habit of planning. So if you've never planned before, this is a great read about how to develop a good healthy habit of planning. I would be lost without my planners. I've used a planner. If I look back, I've used a planner even when I was in high school. It's pretty much when I really started. It really just helps me keep organized and helps me remember everything, because as anybody out there with a chronic pain disorder knows, especially if you have fibromyalgia, my brain half the time escapes me. So if I don't write it down, I will not remember. So planning is an extremely important part of my life. So if you've never planned before, this is a really good read on how to do that, how to get into the habit of it, and why it's going to be helpful to you. And then planning for home and for school. And then it gets right into utilizing this planner, which I love. So if you don't know how to use it, or what each line is going to be, used for, or how to best suit it to you and your family, this is a great page. So this gives you examples of what each page looks like and how to use it. So how you would use it with one student, two students, which is what I'm going to be using this year with Mason and Mina, now that Mina is in a curriculum. An example of how you would use it with 3 students or 4 students. And this planner is suited for up to 4 homeschooling students. It also gives you an area, which is what I love, a little section of things that you need to do this week. So anything important, you can put it there. And what I love, I can menu plan in this planner. So I don't need a second planner for that. I can do it right here. Also, any kind of self-care that you do. I know that's pretty popular now. For me, this is where I keep my workouts. So any kind of workouts that I'm doing or want to try, this is where I keep track of my steps, if I've done it, if I've met my goal, my personal goal for the day, or if I haven't. And then they give you a little area for weekends. I also love that they always give you like little inspirational quotes, or just little uplifting little things that they leave throughout the planner. That's just a really nice touch and something I enjoy. So then we get into the family keepsake page. So you can put a picture here of your kiddos, remember your children's ages, and then all about your family. So you can kind of fill that out, and it's nice to look back every year how that changes. And then you get a year at a glance. So quickly, along with all the important holiday dates, any additional important dates like birth dates that you can write down. There's a place for important information, homeschool co-ops, tutorials, teachers, any other homeschool moms that you want to keep their phone numbers, that you might get together. That's what I do. Any other moms that I get together with my kids. 4-H information goes in here, all of that kind of stuff. And then websites, of course, I list all of my websites for my YouTube and my Instagram and all of that. And then they have emergency numbers. I always keep my husband's work number there, not just his cell phone, but both of his offices and the secretaries there. So I always have that on hand. And then just anything else, odds and ends, they give you a little area to add that. Over here is under home management. So this is your cleaning schedule. If there's something that you do different every day, you can keep track of it right here for the entire week. And then any special projects along with the months. Now this planner does run July to June, which is why I just got it in the mail, because I need it to start my July month off. So any kind of home improvements, this is where I put it. If we're painting something, if we're changing something out, I will put it here. And then this area here, this is a chore list. So this is daily chores for your kids. And then it's two-sided, so on the back are your daily school. So if you can put your classes there, you can just put what I put there is what the kids are responsible for bringing to the table. You know, getting out their work boxes, making sure they have all of their stuff that they need, and then also their cleanup. So that's what I do. And these, I love that they're perforated, so you can actually pop them out, laminate them, which is what I do, and then the kids have it. So that's really handy, and of course you get one for each child. And then here is a teacher schedule, so you can write down everything that you do for each day of the week, all the way with times included. And then there's a class plan for each one of your children, which I love. You can add a little picture of them for the beginning of the year. I even use this for, like I said, my oldest son, Eric, who is now a junior in high school. I keep, now I've got, this is set up for 4 children. Of course, I only have 3 that are in school now. So I use 1 page for Mason, 1 page now for Mina, and I use 2 pages for Eric. I do a first semester and a second semester. So I can keep track of all of his classes, and then I put in all of his teachers' names. And this is how I keep track of his, you know, I know you can go on the parent portal and get all of that information. Matt really likes doing that through his phone. Me, not so much. It's a little too techy for me. I am a manual writer, so I like to keep track of everything here. I can keep track of his attendance, when he, you know, when he went to school, when he didn't because he's sick, whatever that is, I keep track of it all in my planner. And then, of course, then there's an area for a student schedule. And then we get into the planner. So each month is decorated a little differently with a little different color scheme, which I love. And this is for the month of July, and then they always give you an area for notes. So on this page, this is where I write like appointments, you know, doctor's appointments, any kind of appointments like that, any gatherings that we're gonna be doing, if we're going to a barbecue somewhere, or if we're having people over, parties, travel plans. I write all of that here, camping trips, all of it. So that's where this all goes. Then there's a little section on organizing for school, using bins and buckets, crates, all that kind of stuff. And then every month you get a shopping list. And again, these you can tear out and you can take them to the store. So as you need things, whether it's groceries, whether it's for homeschool, which is what I use these for, anything that I need in our schoolroom. If I need more paper, if I'm running low on ink, if I need to pick up more markers, whatever it is, this is where I write it down. If we're learning something new in math and I need, you know, division manipulatives, something that I don't have in my homeschool yet, I will write it here, and I know I need to find that and order something on Amazon. And then there's a section here for around the house. So again, monthly chores for kids, household needs and dreams. So anything that I need for the house, I will write here. There's projects this month. If I'm like this month, I'm planning on painting my bathrooms. So I will write something like that here. And then home thoughts. And then there's also a reading list here. So this is for your kiddos. So you can write down each student's name and the books that you want them to read. We also have a section for read alouds, which I utilize a lot. Library books, which we also do. We have a library day that we go to the library and when those books are due. Okay, and then over here on this page, we have fun learning. So this is where I list all the field trips. So if there's something specific that we're learning in homeschool that I can tie to a field trip, that's what we do. And we usually do our field trips on the weekends, weekends when Daddy can join us, because then we make it a family event. But sometimes not. Sometimes we'll do that during the week too. So this is a place where you can write all of that down. Education goals. You can have a goal for each one of your students with an area to write what you would like them to learn. And then there's some tips and tricks here for field trips, books that you can read aloud, and a little did you know fun fact. And then for the month of July, every month is laid out like this. It will give you your day, and then again your area for each one of your students. So depending on how many students you have, will dictate how you use this planner. Now last year I used these top 4 lines for Mina, because you know she was in preschool and really didn't do a curriculum too much. So I kept these 4 at the top for her, and then down here I would utilize all that for Mason, and then this very last line I utilize for YouTube. So this is where I put in my YouTube videos that I'm releasing. So that's how I use my planner. Of course you're going to use it and probably in a different way. And then over here again, your to-do list, your dinner menu, your self-care, which is personally what I use for my workouts, and then your weekend activities. So every week is going to be laid out the same way for the entire month. And then we get into August. So then we start again. So there's August. And again, it's really pretty. The color scheme is really pretty in this planner. Let's see. There's September. And then we're going to pop right up to December. So right after November, she includes a holiday section. Now, not everybody is going to utilize this, but if you do celebrate Christmas, this might be for you. All right, so there's the end of November. So then there's a holiday organization area. So greeting cards, decorating checklist, holiday hopes, decorating shopping list. Over here, a place for events and parties, holiday plans, and then gift giving. So each child, you can have a wish list for each child, or a shopping list that each kiddo wants. Gift giving guide, stocking stuffers. Over here, Christmas shopping at different stores and gifts to purchase at each store. A little notes section, and then over here, a to-do list. Over here, it's online shopping. So an Amazon list, and then any other websites that you have in the item, along with a note section. And then there's an area here for holiday traditions. There's tradition planning. And then you have an area over here, another to-do list. And then you get into the month of December. Now, after December, they have an area for attendance. Now, I used to keep an attendance book separate from this planner. This year, I'm not going to do that. Last year, I bought my attendance book before buying this planner. And then when I realized that they had a section, I'm not going to buy another attendance book. It's just another thing I don't need to purchase. So, at the end of December, there's an area here. It's called Semester Success. And then you can leave, you fill in each student and what they achieved during that semester. And then here's the attendance record. Now, I keep this for Mason, Mina, as well as Eric. And it just keeps me so organized. And I can look back at a date and say, oh yeah, this is when, hey, when did Eric have the flu? When did he miss 3 days of school? I can go right back here and I can look when he missed school and why. Did he miss, what date was it that he went to the dentist? I can look on here and I can tell. And then Mason and Mina as well. I can keep track of how many homeschool days that we actually do, and when we homeschool on the weekends. There's been plenty of times we homeschool on the weekends. So this is just really nice because I can keep track of everything. So here is what that looks like, and then there's an attendance legend on the bottom along with a notes section. And then on the back you have a grade log. So if you keep grades, this is a great place to keep it. So you can actually keep it for each week and each subject, and then they also leave a little spot there where you can add subjects in. There's your progress and accomplishments, and then of course down here your grading scale. So, and then your end result for your semester 1 grade. So they have that for students, and I love that. Then there's a little section called Rethinking Solutions, and then we get into January. And so then we end up this planner in June. So this is June of next year. And then again, you have your attendance record in the back of June to end out your school year. Now we homeschool year round here, so ours goes a little bit longer than that. But however you do it, you can get this to work for you. And then there's a year at glance for 2020 to 2021, along with important dates and any additional important dates you want to write down, and then future plans. So they give you enough space to write in for July, August, September, and October. And then in the very back, let's see, in the very back, here's a year-end review for each student. So you can write in about all of their education, their character, their habits, and curriculum ideas for the next school year, which I love, because as I'm going through the school year, there might be a topic or a subject that we want to hit on and investigate more. We might want to add something to it, and this is where I can jot that down so I don't forget. So I love this little section here, and for each kiddo it might be different. So so there's that. And then at the end there's a summer bucket list. So there's an area for that, along with vacation plans. And for us, this is usually where we write all of our camping trips. There's to do before leaving, remember to pack, and then your trip itinerary. And what I love about this planner is that at the very back, they actually give you 4 report cards, one for each kiddo. And, you know, this is important to homeschoolers because a lot of times, like our local bowling alley will, you know, if you get a good, you know, you get all A's on your report card, you know, you get a free game of bowling. Homeschool kiddos sometimes miss out on those opportunities, and they shouldn't. So this is nice because this gives you an opportunity to actually give a report card to your child, and so that they really feel like they've accomplished something, you know, and they can see for themselves what they did for that school year. And I love this part. I love that they included that. And then that is it. So there is my planner. That is what I use. I absolutely love it. I can write everything in one place and keep it all together, and I'm not dipping into different planners. I used to have a personal big planner that had all my important things. Then I had a wallet planner that I used to take on the go, and then I had a homeschool planner. Now I have all 3 of those things in one. I no longer carry a wallet planner. If I'm going somewhere where I have to write something down, I just take this planner with me and I travel with it. It's easy enough to carry. It's really, I mean, it's quality. It's really beautifully built. I love it. And I wanted to share it with you because I know I get that question a lot about, you know, my planners and if I still use them, if I still love them. And quite frankly, I've kind of grown out of that stage, at least in my life right now. I just need to keep it simple and be able to put it all in one place. So I don't have to remember, hey, where's my wallet planner? Where's my personal planner? Where's my home planner? So this is what has been working for me. It worked all last year for me, and I'm loving it. So I'm just going to continue with what works for me. So I hope that was helpful. I don't know if these ever go on sale. I have no idea. I bought mine last summer. I bought this one this summer. So I'm not sure about that. I get this on Amazon. I will leave the link down below. I don't know if you can get this anywhere else. If you know, comment down below so that it helps other people know where else they can get this. I get mine on Amazon. So, but if it's available somewhere else, please, if you know about it, put it down below. Let us know, because people read the comment sections and you might help another sister out. So let me know if you've seen this somewhere else. I get mine on Amazon. I will leave the link. And if you guys have any questions about my planner, let me know. I will try to answer them as best as I can. I hope this was helpful. That's why I'm sharing it. Just because, you know, I would have never known about this planner had I not seen another YouTube video on it. So I'm sharing the love. So there you go. All right, guys, I will be seeing you tomorrow. I'm going to do a garden update. I will probably film that this evening when I go out there to water my garden. Just, I know many of you have wanted to see an update. I try to post pictures over on Instagram and Facebook, but I know some of you aren't over on those platforms. So I'm going to do a quick little garden tour update tomorrow for you guys. And then it's going to be the weekend, and I'm going to share it with my Luke. My Luke is coming up, my second born. So I'm excited to see him. He works a lot. So it's hard for him to get up here. So I'm going to spend the weekend with him and hopefully get our pool going and kids swimming and barbecuing and all that fun summer stuff now that it's actually summer here in northern Michigan. All right, guys, I will be seeing you tomorrow. All right, bye, guys.